As y'all see, we here. Same clothes, which means same day, which means new video, which means I'm trying to crank them out. But so I figured I'd talk to you guys about, obviously, I gotta move out the way because, you know, gotta share the road and all this extra crap. But looks good. Nice little ass shot real quick. Zoom in. Zoom in. As you can see, if you notice, if you don't notice, trunk lip is gone. It's actually not gone, it's in the back seat. This is my story. Someone tried to take it. They tried to use some kind of tool. I don't know what they tried to use the tool to pry it off. I mean, it's literally on there with double-sided 3M tape. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty strong, but you don't really, I don't know. I don't understand what the misconception was, but it was like halfway hanging off, and you can see like little marks from someone trying to use like a key or like a flathead screwdriver to try to like pry it off. I don't know. I mean, they didn't even try to attempt the roof lip. I mean, maybe they didn't like my style. They just like half of it, so they decided to take, I don't know. But they didn't get it, but it inconvenienced me because now I have to get the lip repainted and get it put on again. Well, put it on myself again, but I can't repaint, I can't paint it. And it was sucks because I got it exactly the same color as the car, and when you repaint stuff, who knows if it'll be 100%. But whatever. Let me take a while to think. Let me sit here. I'm here to talk about things that annoy me. I don't want to make this a hate video, but things that annoy me, things that I don't like about my BMW. Now, don't get me wrong. Yo, this is a dope car. Like, I'm mad. I feel like I'm mad lucky to even own something like this. You know, I never think I'll own something like this nice. You know, you watch YouTube videos and you do all this extra stuff and you think like, hey, one day you'll never be able to get it. But hey, I got it. It hasn't put me through that much, but nonetheless, it's here. But on to the video about the things that annoy me about this car. When I say annoy me, it's just little things. It's nothing really too serious, but first thing we're gonna get into that annoys me probably the most is inside the car. So let's get inside the car. Number one is what annoys me. I don't have like 5 things, or I'm just like thinking about some of the things that don't make sense to me a little bit. But then again, whatever. I'm just really, it just annoys me. That's all it just annoys me. One thing is it requires the car to be on, but the car, if it has something to tell you, boy, it's gonna tell you. And it's gonna tell you so many different ways. You see I have a little digital screen right up here. I have a heads-up display. Zoom in so you can see that. I have the heads-up display, and I have the iDrive unit right here. Now, the gripe is, let's just say I have to go to throw it in reverse without pressing the brake, right? Let's check, let's get this all in the same shot. Bam. So, up here, down here, and right here has a little select gear thing, you know, select gear, press brake. But now this is what confuses me. Well, now this is what like annoys me. It kind of does that for everything. Like, it's like, no matter what it is, like it's on the iDrive, it's on the dashboard, and it's on the heads-up display. Like, yo, it makes me feel like my car is like gonna freaking grenade itself. Like, it's trying to give me a crazy warning message. Even like windshield washer fluid low. Like anything, like low tire pressure. I mean, low tire pressure is important, granted, depending on how you drive. Well, it's important all the time. But like, come on, like, you need to tell me, like, okay, all 3 of those areas are visible from the driver. I can see everyone very clearly. Need you put it on 3 separate things? Now, like I said, that's one of the things that annoy me. And in conjunction with that is you get the same gong. So like, I call it the gong of doom. Like, everybody knows what the gong is, the BMW gong, the boom. I coded mine to be like the Rolls Royce gong. There's 3 options. You have the Mini, Rolls Royce, BMW. Everybody should know that it's like pretty much made by the same people. You have those 3 different gongs, but if you have a BMW, it's gonna make one sound. If you have a Rolls Royce, it's gonna make the other. If you have a Mini, it's gonna make the other, obviously. But it makes the same sound for everything. So you can be low on fuel, and I'm not super rich, so you know, sometimes you hear that gong and it could be like the drivetrain malfunction, and then even that could range from like something stupid like you just need to restart your car, or like you done grenaded something. You get what I'm saying? You leaking oil straight out and the motor is taking a crap. Like it's crazy how like the range of things that can go wrong with the same sound and like the same thing that pops up on the screen, if I'm making any sense. So for example, because I know I'm talking a lot. For example, I'm driving down the street and it needs windshield washer fluid. It's gonna tell me everywhere like I'm low on oil, you know, and it's kind of like, or low fuel. Like, you know, you don't know how much relief I get when I'm low on gas or windshield washer fluid. I'm like, yo, thank God, because I thought that gong was gonna cost me, you know. Like I said, it could be anything. That's one thing that annoy me about the car. I'm not gonna say hate. That's one thing that annoys me about the car. The second thing that annoys me about this car is I've owned a lot of Japanese cars. This is my first German car I've owned, and the Japanese, they do it pretty good when it comes to like leather seats. I bought a 12-year-old car, light leather, like the same like these, and I just feel like this car, for being how much it costs, the leather's pretty, like, it's good, it feels good, it's supple, but it wears out quick. Like the dye or something just that comes off very quickly. Like right here, and I'm kind of a big dude in both height and fat. But so my knee rests right here. Let me get this a little better for you. My knee rests right here when I'm driving. You know, driving, typical 2 places it rests, right here and right here. Now granted, I don't wear jeans very often. I majority of the time wear jeans to work, but this right here is completely, now I can understand this from getting in and out of the door, but this is just like it wears out super fast. And I mean, it's like kind of like a little inconvenient to me because they don't even make it really like, I tried to look online and the amount of colors you can get the leather on the interior of these BMWs are like endless. And I thought this was beige at first, but it's actually oyster. So I gotta order the oyster, have it redone, and then it happened to me again. Another place where it also happens, and I realize it's a lot of BMWs this happens, so don't just say I'm getting in and out of the car wrong, but right here, not just the seat though, but right here, this area right here, that gets worn down really quick, a lot quicker than you would think. I'm gonna tie that into another thing. Now, this is a 2013. I have 65,000 miles. They are kind of spirited driven miles, but this should not pertain to whether the car is driven spiritedly or not, obviously. But as you can see right here, it's almost like the same thing with this rubber. Like, I don't know, like this hasn't happened to me on any of my Japanese cars. So I'm not sure if it's a BMW specific thing. Pay so much money for me to tell me the rubber is disintegrating already. And I can even take you guys around. Can't see myself. Hold on. I can even take you guys around a little bit and show you what I'm talking about too. Like little pieces in the car that I feel like should deteriorate. Like I said, this is about like a 5-year-old car, and you can see right here we got like, you know, little rubber. Let me zoom in, let it focus. Little rubber right here running off. You know, like right here. Now, this could be my fault, and it could be the products that I've used in the past because I switch up my products a lot. I like to test out to see what things clean more efficiently. Overall, you know, do the least harm to the car. With the exception of the seats, I make sure the seats are always cleaned safely, probably. But like little interior bits, I might use interior clean. I use Adams, I use Chemical Guys. That might have an effect on it, but I use the same thing on my other car, so I don't understand why. But that's just another gripe. I really have to like freaking pick stuff, like find stuff. Like I was gonna make a little list in the beginning and read off the list, but I don't know, like it just feels like super corny for me to do that. I don't know why. Now, I'm not knocking anybody, but it just feels super corny for me to do that. So let me find something else to do the little thing. Alright, next thing, I'm probably not gonna be able to show you guys this because you have to do a lot of moving around to find it, but it's all about the phone and it's all about connecting the phone, the Bluetooth system, and the iDrive. So basically, sometimes I decide to use my cord, which is right here, and it connects to the system inside. I like to use my cord sometimes when I want to charge my phone and play music. If I were to take it off Bluetooth and plug in the cord, it changes the settings completely. So the next time, let's say I get out of the car and I want to get back in, and I don't even plug the phone in, or I take my charger, I throw my charger in the house, and I throw the cord in the house, and I'm just like, whatever, I'm just gonna hook it, you know, get in the car, go. It should be seamless, but no, I have to go all the way back into multimedia. I have to select external devices, pick the device, which would be mine. Obviously, no Bluetooth is connected right now. It would say that. See, it's connected now, and I had it hooked up to the phone. So as you can see, music is not selected. That's my boy Ryan's thing. But you gotta go back, configure device, and then enable it for Bluetooth all over again. And literally, I don't know if you can see that loads up now. So if I'm running complete Bluetooth, if I'm just having Bluetooth back to back, like, you know, Bluetooth on, and I don't plug it in, it keeps the setting. However, the second I plug in the USB, it changes setting automatically, and I have to go back. I think they should have figured out some way where it could just switch back and forth without any issues. I mean, a lot of other car companies have figured it out, but who knows? Now, this thing that annoyed me, I've corrected the problem on the newer BMWs. I think 2014 or 2015 and up, they've actually fixed it too. They went in. It's just a little coding thing. Whenever you start the car, normally, when you would start the car, the default setting would be stop start. So I could just start the car right here. So this wouldn't be lit up, and pretty much every time you start the car up, you'd have to go in and disable stop start. Now it turns off at every light. I don't like it per se, simply because sometimes I run the 85 and here, it runs a little rough. I have the tune on it. It just, whatever the case may be, it just get you a little bit. And if you get it at the right time, you can confuse the car a little bit. Like, let's say you're making a left turn and you're in the middle of like the intersection, and as soon as you stop, and then you get a clear way to go. The car cuts off. You try to turn the steering wheel is stiff. Your car got to turn back on. I've even gotten a little steering wheel symbol right there in the dash. I don't know what that was about, but I guess it's telling you something was wrong with the electronic steering system, but all it was the car just cut off. So 99% of the time you're good. I mean, I coded it out to be on the safe side just because I like my car running, and when I don't want it running, I can just automatically press it and bam, I have stop start back again. It's not like I deleted the feature. I just changed what setting it starts the car with. Now, the newer BMWs come with where it just remembers what you left it at. Turn the car off and you left the stop start off, it'll stay off. Done deal. Like I said, that's just me being nitpicky. Next thing about this car, and I'm gonna show you right now. Right now it's not too hot, but I'll show you. Whenever you run this AC in these cars, and I'm not sure if this is F10 specific, but boy, is this fan loud. Yo, this fan, like, people told me like, yo, why's your fan running so loud? I don't know. This is it. You can hear it. That sucker is kind of loud. And now, see how loud it was, especially when you open it, because this is the insulation, and it just gets even louder and louder. I've known that to be on a lot of BMWs. When you're running the AC, yo, it's loud. Like, you can kind of almost feel the rumble in the floor. Now, sometimes you might have to get that checked out, because that could mean your thermostat is faulty if the fans run real high. But even with it running like normally, I've noticed that a lot of F10 5 Series have that same issue. All right, now the last thing that I could think about right now that annoy me about my awesome car. I keep having to reiterate that because I don't want y'all thinking I hate my car and I was unhappy with my purchase decision. Man, I love this thing. Last but not least, not these wheels specifically, but just BMW in general. They're known to come out of the factory with run flats. Now, these run flat tires are supposed to, in event of a flat, or an event you run over something, you have 50 miles to take it to a tire shop. Run flats catch more flats than regular tires. I'm convinced, because I had 2 sets of run flats on this car when I first bought it, and then when I first got these BMW wheels, they both came with run flats, and they they rode hard, number one. 2, they made noise, and then 3, yo, they would go flat. Like I would get a hole in one, or like, I don't know, maybe my luck was just bad or something, but the inside went out. Every time you hit a pothole or a dip, you gotta be careful, because I guess something with the tire, it'll form a bubble. Those are with the run flats. Now I think it's because the sidewall is stiffer and it has less tolerance or whatever. I've even cracked the rim, and none of that has happened. Once I got rid of the run flats and I run these regular summer performance tires, riding way smoother, a lot quieter, and I do not catch as many holes. Now, with that being said, you gotta make sure when you get your cars from these tire shops that you check the pressure yourself, because I've noticed when I get my car from these tire shops, they're on like 45, almost 50 psi, and they definitely over tighten the lugs. We gonna be real with that. They do that. They pump it up, and then they over tighten to the moon. And in the city, I literally got holes. I literally got bubbles in both tires. Now that's a 20-inch rim thing, I'll be honest with you, and the fact that they pumped my tires sky high. You know, and when I went to take them off to try to swap them out for my winter setup, they were on like I don't know what kind of gun they got in there, but boy, that thing was on, man. That thing was on. But back to what I'm saying. These tires, the run flats that come with BMWs, I don't know if it's run flats in general or just whatever companies BMW use, the wheel, whatever they got going on. But yo, I bet you a lot of people can attest with me. It's a pain in the butt to maintain, and they're super expensive. Like, going back to what I was saying, if you travel a lot, let's say you get caught in any one of the states, especially one of the southern states where pickup trucks and American cars are like the #1 sellers, they might look at this and they go, oh yeah, we don't have that size. Yeah, you gotta order that. That happened to me a couple times. That even happened to me a couple times in city areas where like I'm going around running looking for tires, and I'm like, yo, I got a flat, and this run flat, I only drive at 50 miles. Like, you can hook me up, you can get me, and then, you know, they say you can't run a run flat with a non-run flat, so then you gotta order, and then, oh, but there's one place that has it, and that's the BMW dealership, and you don't wanna know how much they cost there. So, I mean, there's little ways you could get around it, but that's probably the biggest gripe I have about this car, is the fact that, yo, I anticipated for the maintenance. I told myself I'm gonna find the spots online to get the parts cheaper. But there's one thing that I didn't think about, and that's tires, yo. And that's one thing that this car goes a lot. This thing eats tires. It's rear-wheel drive, got a little bit of camber in the back, and boy, that thing eats tires. Now, granted, I do a hell of a lot of burnouts and donuts and drive like I lose my damn mind. But you know, at the end of the day, sheesh, man, can you not tax a brother anymore? All right. But with that being said, I love my car 100%. The decisions that I do with it, as far as put the 20-inch wheels on there, and you know, drive where I drive, hit potholes, maybe drive a little carelessly. That's all my mistake. I will. Yeah, but back to what I'm saying, I gotta go because this camera keeps killing me over here with the overheat. It don't take a lot of. It don't like videos like that. But yeah. So that's one of the things I love my car. At the end of the day, I feel like I'm good. I work hard. I can enjoy it. I just didn't intend for certain things that obviously annoy me in this car, but I drive it every day. I love this thing, man. We're gonna get out of here, man. I'm gonna let y'all see the front. Let y'all see the back and the side. I'm gonna let y'all see the front. We out of here, man.